Happy Saturday, guys. Oh, hopefully you guys had a good Friday night. Went 3-1 yesterday, personally, so pretty good. Very happy with how that Wolves game panned out. Man, I thought they were cooked. They've done that a few times this year. They were down like 16 in with 5 minutes left or something ridiculous. And man, Anthony Edwards didn't get home for us. He ended at 24, needed 25. Absolute stinker in the second half, but made the shot when it matters. And I couldn't be more happy. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a couple seconds. I'll start giving out props once we get to 75 people because I get that it's a Saturday and, views might be a little bit down, which is totally fine. But yeah, once we get to 75 people, so 30 more people in here, I will start to give out my 3 props that I have. Okay, what is my camera doing? Okay, sorry guys. What is going on? Okay, hold on. This thing's supposed to be tracing. Okay, there we go. Actually, man, what is going on? Look at me, buddy. Okay, now it's just not showing me at all. Man, okay. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, perfect. We got 79 people. Guys, start leaving comments down below. Let me know how yesterday went. Let me know how some bad beats. Let me know what type of what props you guys want me to go over for today, what you guys are on for today. If you guys have already done some research, what games in specific you want me to break down, start leaving some comments down below. I want to analyze what you guys are thinking. So, hell yeah. Okay, starting with the first prop, let's start with Mikal Bridges, over 16.5 points. I played this like 30 minutes or so ago. Minus 116 at DraftKings was the best price. Let me quick screen share with you guys. And this reasoning is like insanely square. Just a heads up, like insanely square. But where's Mikal? Okay, perfect. So that price at DK is still there. Bet365, Bet Online, Prop Builder, all good numbers. Caesars is fine at minus 133. I don't love that. Yeah, and then FanDuel's at 17.5. If you guys have to play 17.5, I think I'm cool with that. Or if you want, you could probably go points and rebounds, 20.5. I'm cool with that too. If you guys just want to save some juice on Mikal for sure. So yeah, basically, like I said, this is probably going to be one of the most square reasonings you hear from me. But I mean, look at his last 12 games. So as we all know, Mikal started off the season, his jumper was all goofy. It almost seemed like he had the yips. Like he was in his head. He just wasn't playing Mikal Bridges hoops. He was not the same player at the start of the year, and he's really starting to come into form. So yeah, I mean, he's over in the last 11 out of 12 games. He's averaging 22.3 points per game over that span. He's went over against some really tough matchups. Like for the most part, Mikal is a spot-up player, but with how good he's played, he's been getting a lot of off-ball screen usage. He's just been getting more usage in general. And we all saw that on the Christmas game when we all watched that game. He's just like a really good player, really good third option for this team. And he's starting to just get natural usage because he's earned it. He's played good. But yeah, like these like really brutal, slow-paced, limit spot-up teams like Orlando, he still had 17 against them and stuff. Yeah, so I just think that like the books, like this 16.5 line, like, okay, let's do like every single game this year. yeah, on the year, he's averaging 18.1. On the year, he's over in 19 out of 31. And that's like still including those games where he was clearly not himself, right? And now we're playing Washington, right? Who it's on the road, which is a little bit better for helping the blowout causes, I would assume. But yeah, Washington's 28th in defensive rating, 4th in pace. So they probably allow like second or first most points per game just overall. Like they're like a terrible defense. We all know this shit. So yeah, really good stuff, really good averages, really good hit rates, obviously right off the rip. I do actually like that it's a back-to-back, right? For the Knicks. I think it makes the game a little tougher. Hopefully the game can stay closer. But even if it doesn't, I really don't think it matters much because back-to-back versus Wizards to me, if screams like, okay, let's try to give let's try to give Brunson, our two main guys who will get hurt from time to time, who are a little older, a little less durable. I think this is a good spot for them to maybe not play massive minutes. But the thing is, McCall's literally never got hurt in his career. Tibbs knows this. Tibbs has played McCall crazy late into blowouts. I just don't see like the second half of a back-to-back, unless like New York could be up 30 at the end of the third quarter. Like yes, they're playing the Wizards, even though it's a back-to-back, even though they're on the road, like that could happen. But I don't think the back-to-back won't affect McCall's minutes like whatsoever. And if anything, it really could. Like a back-to-back against an inferior opponent could affect how they approach this game with like in regards to Cat and Brunson's minutes. Like I don't know, wouldn't shock me to see Cat play like 33, 32 minutes, Brunson play like around the same thing, and McCall to be like at like 42. And then McCall's just getting more minutes with those two guys off the court. And if he gets a little spike in usage too against the Wizards, like that could go a very long way. So yeah, I think that like the back-to-back, I do like it just because we know how Tibbs is going to be. McCall is like Iron Man, literally never gets hurt. Really no concern over playing him big minutes whatsoever. And that's all Tibbs needs to hear, right? He's going to play McCall big minutes. But like Cat and Brunson, you could see a world where like, okay, let's be a little bit cautious here. And yeah, the line is just clearly like the hit rates are good for the whole year, and McCall is just clearly in a better role and playing 10 times better than he was at the start of the year. Like way more confidence. He just looks like the Nets McCall a little bit. So yeah, this line, it's a very square play, but he's just been crushing it. This Wizards team sucks at defense, and the back-to-back, I just don't think will affect McCall at all. And I think it maybe could for Cat and JB. So, I didn't even put up the damn banner. I'm a jackass. Oh, I did put up the banner. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, that's the first play. McCall Bridges over 16.5 points. Like I said, just don't really get the line. Okay, guys, I'd like some comments. Just give me plays that you guys are on. Give me stuff you guys want me to talk about. All that good stuff. I'd love to go over it. Allows me to do this stream for a bit longer and to just like engage with you guys a little bit. So would really, really greatly appreciate it if you guys drop some comments on plays that you're on or stuff that you guys want me to go over, games you want me to go over, all that good stuff. Okay, quick little break. Props Madness is what you're looking at right now. It's an absolute essential to do research. To be honest, I guess you could just pull all the data and like scramble and compare stuff on the NBA website. You're gonna waste a ton of time. I just don't know how you could be a good bettor without using the data and stats that are in here. To be honest, you're probably not going to be a good bettor if you're researching your bets and not using stats like play types and scoring zones and stuff like that. This is the most relevant data in the market to apply to your bets and to give you an edge. So if you guys want 15% off on Props Madness, SB15 gets you that. Like I said, just I don't even know how I would bet without it. So quick little plug. It's this thing that's I'm showing 24/7 when I'm on screen. So yeah, if you guys are interested in learning how to bet for yourself, this will make it extremely easy. All right, next play, we're going to OKC Charlotte, someone who I faded the other day at 32.5. He went for 45. They haven't played a game in between. And now this line's at 38.5 for some reason. So yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 30.5 points, minus 113 at FanDuel is the best price. let's look at some other prices out there. I believe this line's, very, very widely available. Prop Builders got minus 109. And then pretty much everywhere else is 115, 117. So, let's take out Chet because Chet and Hartenstein are very different players. I think that Hartenstein helps you score a ton because he's a much better screener than Chet, and he's way less aggressive on offense. So obviously, Hartenstein and Chet haven't played a game together. So without Chet, he's over in 13 out of 20 games. He's averaging 33.1 points per game. If we look at some of the misses, Miami, that checks out. Miami, very aggressive against the pick and roll, especially against like good guards. They'll really be aggressive against that. So that's a brutal matchup. He scored 25. That's fine. That Bucks game, there's a ton of game planning that went into it, obviously, with it being the Cup Finals. So Shea obviously shot terrible, 8 for 24, but Bucks had a game plan in place to really limit Shea there. Then these two games right here, right? It's like, okay, 1 by 27, 1 by 37. It's like, whatever. Went under here, didn't shoot great, 7 for 19. And so he's been really kind of crushing this line without Chet in the lineup. Great hit rates, great stuff. And then, we got Charlotte, right? So Charlotte, over the last 15 games, they're allowing the second highest pull-up frequency, and that's because Richards and Williams play drop coverage. So obviously it's Shea. It's like everyone knows who Shea is at this point, right? Like he's an MVP candidate. He's probably going to win the MVP. There's just I can't guarantee that he's going to get drop coverage, but this is a drop coverage team. And like most teams, pretty much all teams don't play drop against Shea. And but this is just like a good matchup because there's a chance that we do get it, and there's a chance that we get it on specific possessions and stuff like that. And the Hornets just like that's just what their bigs are naturally playing. So I see it as a pretty good matchup for them. Could see a decent amount of drop coverage here, and even if we don't, it's like he doesn't see drop coverage damn near all the time. So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We can go down here. And Hornets also foul a ton. They allow the 7th most free throws, and Shea is a foul baiter and a half. So gotta love to see that that they allow a ton of free throws. But so Shea. Another thing I like about this one is that OKC is going to be without Dort, Caruso, and Wallace, who are by far their 3 best perimeter defenders. Like all 3 of these guys are very high impact players, and OKC is also on the road. I just think that could maybe make it. I think it gives us a better chance of Shea getting fourth quarter minutes. Like if they're at full strength, had Dort, had Caruso, had Wallace, there's a really good chance of blowout. Just down 3 high impact players, I think the risk of blowout is down a little bit, and so that's what I like about this play. Shea over 30.5 points. I think we're getting a pretty damn low line for Shea here. Obviously, looking at his numbers without Chet, should be a pretty good matchup with how the Hornets like to sit in the drop coverage, allow a ton of pull-ups. And I also like that OKC is going to be down 3 high impact players, which could maybe help us, which definitely gives us a better chance of getting fourth quarter minutes for Shea. All right. Let's see. Got a couple comments. Perfect. Love to see this, guys. Got a couple more. Okay, I'll get to a couple of these comments in a little bit after that. Like I said, guys, just keep them coming. I'll answer every single one of you guys' questions on anything life related, anything but like specifically betting related, where I can give you guys my input. So I would greatly appreciate it for some more comments down here for sure. Okay, third and final play, going with an under. Trae Young under 23.5 points, minus 110 at DK was the best number in market when I played it. Like I said, I played all these like very recently, so let's see what they're at right now. Okay, minus 115 at DraftKings is now the best number. Caesars at minus 121. FanDuel at minus 125. 365 at minus 125. All those numbers are great. So I also just don't really get this line. So, on the year, Trae Young, he's over this line in 12 out of 29 games. He's only averaging 22 points per game. And yeah, so not a good hit rate. This line is like further away from where he's averaging. I guess he's had a couple good games recently, right? He had a good game against Minnesota, who plays drop with Rudy. He had a good game against Chicago, which is like the worst defense in the league, and Vooch also plays a decent amount of drop. He went over against Milwaukee, who plays a fair bit of drop as well with Lopez and the Lakers. I guess the Lakers are a tough matchup, so he just played pretty good. Yeah, but Miami here, 9th fewest points per game to pick and roll ball handlers. That is intensified against like elite guards like Trey. Like Bam's not going to be in the drop. He's going to be at the level. Heat are going to funnel a ton of spot ups because they're aggressive in the pick and roll. They're aggressive at recovering on the pass to the roll man or getting over and taking away like the dunks from Capella and stuff in the pick and roll. So yeah, they're going to leak a ton of spot ups. Trey, literally 7% of his points come from spot ups, and that's not surprising at all. He's the guy creating the advantages. He's not spotting up like whatsoever. Also, 11th fewest in isolation, which he really doesn't do, but these two are pretty important, I think. Free throws, we know Trey flops like a fish, looking like fucking Magikarp out there. Foul, he's a big foul baiter, and Miami's good at not fouling. Transition, fifth best in transition. Trey does a decent amount of damage. Guys, these three play types, which are all going to be tough because Miami's a good transition defense, they're good at not fouling, and they're going to be aggressive. These three play types literally account for 71% of Trey's points. And yeah, so it's just like a brutal matchup for Trey. And like this line is high to begin with, right? Like what's his hit rate at 21.5? Okay, so this line should probably be at 21.5, right? Because you see what he's averaging, see his hit rate there, right? But then it's a bad matchup. So this line's at 23.5. I'd make this line 21.5. Let's see. Is there anything else I like about this one? Yeah, no, I think I mentioned all with Trey, but yeah, I just don't get this 23.5 line, right? It's not like Jalen Johnson's out. The only people who are out, Bogey might be out. He's a game time decision. I guess maybe he's a little bit impactful. He's just been a spot up guy this year, though, and with DeAndre Hunter emerging, he hasn't really been a crazy point hog or shot hog or anything. He's just mostly been a spot up guy. Onyeka, he's out. That doesn't affect literally anything. Buffkin was his backup, but Trae Young, I mean, he has to sit at some point, right? Like, I think they've been playing Krejci as his backup. So, yeah, no injuries that would make it, like, anything different for him, in my opinion. So, yeah, Trae, 23.5. I just don't get the line. I think it should be 21.5. It's a brutal matchup. Bam's going to be aggressive in the pick and roll. It's a high line to begin with. So, just, like, a ton of stuff to like with this Trae under here. So, yeah, just don't exactly get that line. Let's get to a couple comments. Okay, blowout risk. I think you're talking about that OKC game. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's blowout risk for sure, but I think that like with no Dort, no Caruso, and no Wallace, I think that, and also with it being on the road, I think that that's a little bit mitigated for sure. So yeah, there's blowout risk, but any game can really be a blowout, right? So I try to not think about that stuff too much. The stuff's hard to predict, and yes, like okay. The thing is, I wouldn't play that Shea over if they were full strength, right? Because OKC at full strength is an absolute wagon, and yeah, for sure. But I think that with the three guys that I mentioned being out, I think that that's definitely mitigated a little bit. LaMelo under looks good. I agree. I definitely agree for sure. I think that OKC sometimes they play drop with Hartenstein, but given that they don't have the point of attack defenders in, that like their three best point of attack defenders in, coupled with LaMelo being like an elite scorer, right? He's someone who can get going from deep. I think you definitely want to play up on him. Like when you're a team that's comfortable blitzing, comfortable flying around, even if you don't do it every game. I think this is definitely a spot where like, yeah, you want to blitz LaMelo because he'll let anything fly from three. He shot the ball pretty efficiently from deep this year as well. So yeah, 28.5. I can quick. Let's do a little bit more into it. Points Hornets versus Charlotte, 28.5. So yeah, LaMelo. Let's see, hit rate on the year. So yeah, the thing is, I don't know if the line's great, right? It's not a good matchup, but 14 out of 22, he's averaging 30.1 points per game. Like, yeah, maybe it should be even like 30.5. He's still flying over, right? I guess. I don't know. I think that maybe a fair line is 29.5. So, or like, what would I make it? Like 30.5. I think 30.5 would make sense. Like for an under, like I think that 28.5, I think it's kind of encapsulated the matchup a little bit, just looking at his averages. But yeah, I definitely for sure lean under on LaMelo. I just think that the books, he has a pretty good hit rate, 63.6% to the over, all that stuff, the average points per game. Let's see. I guess we could do with like Miller and Bridges. Then let's see, Bridges and Miller. Where's Brandon Miller? He's a game time decision, so I guess maybe he's questionable. Okay, so actually, yeah. Wow. Some of these were low minute games. He's not on a minute restriction at all anymore. 38 minutes last game. Yeah, some of these were lower minutes. I guess that's a blowout, which it's definitely in the cards here. This was a weird game. I literally bet on his over here when he played 24 minutes. He wasn't on a minute restriction or nothing. He literally got benched for Trey Mann, which is crazy. But yeah, I guess this does kind of make it look better. I guess we don't know if Miller's going to play. We don't know if LaMelo is going to play either. But yeah, I think it's a decent look for sure. Definitely 0% chance I'd play the over if that makes any sense. Listening from the FedEx truck, pissed at B. Wilson. Oh, that's funny as hell. Hey, FedEx, that's the job, man. That's go to job out here. Should I put more money in my account? I got rinsed on Christmas. Yeah, dude. What are you gonna do? Stop betting? Like what are we talking about here? If the account runs dry, you gotta load up and make some good smart bets and get all that shit back. Just don't be a gambling addict, be smart with your money. Heat still playing zone defense. Yeah, they'll play zone defense from time to time for sure. And that definitely goes into their spot up numbers, but like it's not like they play zone for like all 48 minutes. I think it's like more like a 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. So yeah, they'll play zone here and there. And that definitely attributes their spot up numbers a little bit. Thoughts on Vucevic? Yeah, love Vuce here. Unfortunately, the books have caught on to Vucevic threes versus Brook Lopez. I'm looking at Zach LaVine. I would like it. So if Giddey doesn't play, I remember like looking at Giddey on off numbers when I was betting on a Zach LaVine prop. Giddey's been out for a while. Vucevic's numbers like Giddey's a great pick and roll partner for Vuce because Giddey's like not much of a scorer. He's super pass first heavy. Zach LaVine and Kobe White are like not like that at all. So just when Giddey's in the lineup, Vuce he gets like a ton more usage, or not. He just gets like a ton more passes in general. So he only had 17 against the Bucks there. Shot poorly for sure. I think like normal variance gets him over pretty easily. So shot poorly for sure. Let's see the head-to-heads. 14 there. Got up a lot of threes. I just think that like threes are the way to go. But like, yeah, unfortunately, I guess if you have Fliff minus 145, that's a great price on it. Would 100% endorse that. 9 threes, 7 threes, 8 threes against Brook and his drop coverage. Yeah, had 14 here. Kind of shot poorly again, right? Give him another 3, 4 for 9 for 3. I guess that's pretty efficient, but only shot 40%. He's kind of shot poorly in all 3 of the games, to be honest with you. Yeah, I do think it's a pretty good matchup. Let's see, pick and roll man. Bucks are definitely not great against that. Vuce will shoot the ball. I think I'd like it. I think I'd endorse it more though if you could guarantee Giddey was in, because I guess let's just pull it up. It's Fantasy Labs on off. It's a great tool, guys. If you guys haven't seen it before, I think I've shared it a few times, but this is an elite tool when players are out, and especially when players get ruled out before tip. It's pretty much like what I use. So let me quick share this. Fantasy Labs on off. Chicago Bulls. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we don't know if Giddey's gonna play. He's actually missed like the last few games, but he's listed as questionable with like an ankle issue. Just Giddey being on the court. Let's see, standard. Yeah, Vucevic, he's averaging 25.17 per 36. Yeah, very efficient in the sample, but good playmaker definitely helps with efficiency sometimes. Yeah, 25 points, 17 points, and then let's take Giddy off and see Vooch's numbers just fucking plummet. Yeah, Giddy off the court. Okay. I'm overreacting a little bit. So it is like a little bit better, and a lot of it's probably field goal efficiency. Levine is way better with Giddy off the court, by the way. 27 per 36, just gets the ball in his hands more. Yeah, Vooch a little bit, like 4 points worse, but some of that just might be field goal efficiency. So maybe I was overreacting a little bit. Okay. Let's present. Okay, stop, present, share screen. Okay, Props Madness back. Okay, call a spade a spade. LaMelo is a dog. Don't bet against him without Dort. Yeah, I mean, definitely worst point of attack defenders in. I just think that without Dort, Wallace, and Caruso, like I think that his chances of getting blitzed are like way higher than they would be for sure. Viking Packer game, how it may affect playoff seeding. Shit, I've been so out of tune with the NFL recently. Like I haven't even placed a bet for like a week or two. I believe Packers, they have 3 or 4 losses. Vikings have 2. Shit, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Show you all your plays. Show you all your plays at the end. I can show all my plays at the end, but Mick pick if you want to just say all your plays, and I can. If you want me to review your plays, if you're talking about yourself, you can do all of them. You can comment all of them what you want, and I'll go over all of them. Rain, what's good, bro? How we doing? Gun to your head for a 2 to 3 leg builder around -120. Any looks? Okay. I guess just like so. I guess you're asking like some watered down looks that I like. Yeah, like Shea 25. I think Shea 25 is a great look for sure because I don't know what the price. Like I said, I never really play builders to be honest, bro. But okay, so that's all the games. I never really play builders, but I don't know what the price on Shea 25 would be. But I think that's insanely safe for one of the legs. And then if you want to like water down something else, let's see. Let's go to like Detroit and Denver maybe. We can go to Cade Cunningham assists. Let's see. How often is he getting 8 assists? I think Cade Cunningham 8 assists would be a great leg as well. Just Denver's like allowing the most assists per game in the league over the last 15 games. And it's like directly correlated with the pick and roll handler because Jokic has to get up at the level he has to get up at the level, and that's how they play him. And it kind of forces like guys like Cade to pass a little bit more. And like Denver's a terrible defense. And yeah, I think Cade watered down assists a little bit makes some sense. Maybe even like a watered down Jamal Murray, like 15 plus. I think that could make sense. Let's see, he's Detroit just plays drop coverage. Like they're really bad against the pick and roll handler. It's just a really good matchup for Jamal Murray, I think. Is there anything else off the top of my head that I'm liking? Let's see. Maybe I don't know like why we don't have props for some of these guys, but like a spot up guy against Miami would make sense. Like I guess not Ricochet. Maybe Hunter when his props get watered down. Hunter a little bit once his props drop. I think that could make sense for sure. Is there any rebounding stuff that I like? I need to start playing more rebounding props, man. I feel like those are money. I think those have been money. I think that Lauri Markkanen rebounds could make sense. Like 5. So his line's at 6.5, and that kind of caught my eye at first. Like he's had a down rebounding year for sure. But like maybe 6 plus, 5 plus. But it's just like Kessler's probably not going to have a great rebounding day. He might get into foul trouble guarding Embiid. He's going to have to just like, contest a ton of shots and exert a lot of energy on defense. So I think that like a Lauri Markkanen watered down for 4.5, 5.5, I think that could make sense as well. So I think those are a bunch of like little builder legs. Show Archie. Archie's on a walk. His grandma's taking him for a walk right now. So yeah, he's not under the roof. Was liking Embiid points. Let's see what is that at? So I guess he's questionable. This dude gets listed questionable every game. I don't know why he wouldn't play here. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is a great line. So isolation and post up, the Jazz haven't really been doubling a ton, which is pretty good. The one problem is that Utah is such a bad transition defense, like literally the worst in the NBA. And Joel, like he's not getting out in transition because he's big as hell. His knees are cooked. Like he's slowing it down. He's not really looking to push the pace and stuff. I guess that's the one negative, but yeah, Boston Embiid's kind of struggled against Boston for a while now. And yeah, he only played 31 minutes. I remember they went on like a nice run with him off the court. So, but yeah, I mean, some of these games are like such bullshit, right? Like, like he's gotten ejected or injured, and then he started off like shit, right? Started off like shit, super rusty, out of shape, as as Embiid kind of is what happens to him sometimes. So like, I'm almost like he clearly was an Embiid here, and then he was 35, 31, 34. Like just normal Embiid shit, right? Like, and then he got hurt in this game or after that game, and came back though and didn't miss a beat, right? Like 31 points despite shooting 0 for 5 from deep. Didn't even like he's like 50% here, pretty normal game. 34 points in 31 minutes, right? And then yeah, Boston, yeah. So this is actually a really good bet to be honest, and I actually might play it myself. Yeah, the MB 27.5 is actually like a really good bet. And that's like I said, I also like that they're on the road. Just Philly's just not a good team either, right? Like who's Philly? Who is Philly blowing out? Like they're not a good team. If this game stays close, and to be honest, bro, you might have just sold me. I don't know if I'm gonna make it an official I don't know if I'm gonna make it an official reign, but damn. This is actually that was a good find. That was a great find actually. What's his PRA at? I wonder if like because his points are really low. I'm gonna go back to props madness. 39.5. So what? That's 12 rebounds and assists. Oh, that's just DraftKings. So it would be 41.5. 13 rebounds and assists. What did he have last game? What was he doing in these games? 5 rebounds. 12 rebounds, 11 rebounds. What is it? 3.5 and 8.5. Oh, dude, his just like PRA might be low to be honest. He's gonna play drop. I'm trying to think, guys. I think Joel's pretty close to back to last year. Obviously, like the minutes are down. He averaged 15.9 rebounds and assists. Maybe it's a little bit lower. Joel Embiid stats. How many minutes was he averaging last year? 33.6. So yeah, for sure. Okay, that's going to be down a little bit. I don't know. I think he's getting his like conditioning back. I don't expect any minute restrictions. Yeah, I think he's pretty close to full with like everything. I could be wrong, but let's see, 33.6. Let's see. I'm gonna project Embiid. Let's see. He played 31 minutes. Like I said, I think he kind of got unlucky with his minutes last game. Just like they were pretty good with him off the court. Okay, let me quick go back to this. So 31 minutes against Charlotte, they won by 10. 33 against Chicago in his first game back. Let's give him 31 minutes here, right? Let's be a little bit conservative here. I think that he's pretty close to last year divided by 31. I don't that shit wrong. 31 divided by 33.6. And then what was it? 16.6. So yeah, guys, he averaged like 15.3 rebounds and assists per 31 minutes last year. I think that he's pretty close to that form. Maybe like dock him a little bit, but I think there's a little bit of value on the rebounds and assists too, just given you only need 13 for value. Like you could maybe have a 12 rebound, 5 assist game just out of the blue. So yeah, guys, and then obviously like yeah, if he scores like 33 points or something, which he could easily do because Joel Embiid, right? So yeah, they're bad at fouling. Free throws. Okay, I guess Jazz have actually been pretty good at not fouling, but Yeah, I think that this is actually like a kind of a steal. You're just kind of buying low off of like a suspension game and like a tough matchup against Boston. So yeah, Rain. Hey, this is why you guys give out drop leans before, because I'm gonna play this right now. Let's make it official. I'm not gonna play the DraftKings line as an official line, but obviously if you guys have DraftKings, take the take the extra point off. But yeah, I'm sending this into my Discord. By the way, I'm about to promote my Discord, guys. I do make some plays before tip from here and then. I also, I play these props. I play these props before I start the stream, obviously, right? So, if you guys want my plays in real time, you don't want to risk that stuff. If you guys want just every single one of my plays, or if you guys just want to like support, you guys appreciate what I do and stuff, I mean, I don't expect you guys to do that, but just yeah, I mean, my Discord's $1.50 a week, so you guys can get out whenever you guys want. $1.50 really isn't shit. It's way cheaper than everyone else. Way cheaper than everyone else. So wap.com/props from prime. I have a, you know what, I'll pin it on my Twitter right now. But yeah, it's like a free week too, so it's really cheap stuff. If you guys want to join, just talk with me. I also, like, in that Discord, I offer, let's see, let me quick pin this. Yep. I offer just like if you guys ever want to chat with me one-on-one, I'm not going to chat with y'all if y'all aren't in my Discord. You guys can kick rocks. But if you guys do want one-on-one chat, just like about anything betting related, if you guys are trying to get into it, yeah, just $1.50 really ain't shit. So sorry guys, I'm actually slow when I try to like multitask. I'm sending this out to the Discord right now before I play it. But yeah, if any other plays, Rain, your actual beauty, you put me on here. You put me on. So yeah, just keep the plays coming, and then or else I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon. But yeah, just sending this in. Sweet. And beat over 40.5 PRA. $1 a month tap in. Yeah, tap in, guys. $1 a month is like literally, or it's not $1 a month anymore. It's $1 a week, but it's still cheap as hell, guys. Like most people charge their Discords or their dub clubs and whatever. Most people will be charging like $20 a month, and I've been crushing it this year. Probably just about to jinx myself, but if you guys, I know what I'm doing. I know how to find an edge. I know what a decent bet looks like and stuff. So not to toot my own horn, but I think that I give top 1 percentile betting advice, top 1 percentile plays when it comes to NBA. I'm kind of ass at the NFL, and that's why I haven't been doing that shit. But with NBA, I really actually I know I'm in the top 1 percentile when it comes to knowing what I'm doing when it comes to betting props. And there's a lot of people out here that genuinely don't even know what a play type is, don't even know how to project minutes correctly, don't even know a lot of stuff. So yeah. Rain, I appreciate you. You're a beauty, Rain. I appreciate you a ton, man. Rain, shoot me I don't know. I don't know if you're in my Discord or if you joined recently. Rain, shoot me a DM on Twitter right now, and I'll give you a free code for a free month of my Discord, because you literally just gave me a play and you comment a ton, and I appreciate you a ton. So Rain, shoot me a DM on my Twitter at Tyven Klinger, obviously. So yeah, shoot me a DM on Twitter, and I'll give you a free month of Discord. Let's go, Embiid night barbecue chicken. Hell yeah, Jazz are a terrible defense, absolutely awful. Okay. Let's see. Anyone else got any other plays they want me to run over? I'm gonna give it like another minute. Let's just quick recap. Recap the 3 plays or 4 plays. Thanks, Rain. Okay. Sweet. So most recent play, Joel Embiid over 40.5 PRA -113 at FanDuel. Shout out Rain, you're an absolute beauty. That was a most recent play. Let's see. Actually, let's go in order. Mikal Bridges over 16.5 points, minus 120 at DK. Just he's been on fire. I think that great. He has a great hit rate on the season, and he's clearly in better form. Hey, come here. Okay, come here. Oh, you're all wet. Oh. Here's the dog. He's having a good time. He just went on a walk. He's been on 2 walks already, and it's only 9:30. Great dog owner, you know. This dude's just awesome. Say hi, buddy. Say hi. Say hi. He's camera shy, guys. I'm sorry. He's a little camera shy. He's a good boy, though, aren't you? Okay. Okay. Oh, what are we showing? We're showing my coffee mug. Let's get this camera right. This camera's been bugging. This webcam, I guess. What are we doing? Okay. Okay, perfect. Well, it's actually not perfect, but it's good. Oh, now we woofing. Okay, yeah. So Mikal Bridges over 16.5 points. Like I said, I don't get the line. It feels short. He's been hooping. He's over in the last 11 out of 12. Yeah, I know it's square as hell. Like whatever. He's playing against Washington, who's like arguably the worst defense in the league. It's a back-to-back, which I like. Cat and Brunson. I could see potentially them getting monitored with their minutes a little bit. Back-to-back in Washington. You know, Mikal never been hurt. Tibbs is the coach. He's been just like riding him like crazy. So yeah, I just think it's a great spot. I think the number is a little bit whack, given that Washington's just like such a terrible defense. So let's rock with Mikal. Shea over 30.5 points was another one. Hornets like to play drop coverage. I'm not sure if he's going to get drop coverage, but it's like somewhat likely at least. And Shea was like over in 13 out of 20 without Chet this year. He's averaging like 33.2 without Chet, I think it was. And then no Dort, Caruso, and Wallace I also like, because those are just 3 impactful players, and I think it could help this game stay a little bit competitive, given that they're missing those guys. Last one that I gave out, Trae Young under 23.5 points. Just Heat are a great transition defense. They're great at not fouling. And against good point guards, Bam creeps up in the pick and roll, or plays very aggressively in the pick and roll. He's just not going to be able to. It's not going to be drop coverage. He's not going to be able to walk into threes. Just Bam's going to be playing pretty up in the pick and roll. So just like a really bad matchup for Trae. I think like 71% of his points come from free throws, transition, and being a pick and roll ball handler. So yeah, and then Trae was like under in like 17 out of 29 as well. So 17 out of 29. I think that's what I said, right? Nice dog. Border Collie. No, Springer Spaniel. But Springers do kind of look like Border Collies a little bit, and they just got like the same like facial patterns with their fur and stuff. So yeah, appreciate it, Mick. He's a great dog. Oh yeah, dude. That's what I'd be saying to my dog sometimes when he's being a good boy. I'd be like, oh yeah, woof woof. What kind of dog is that? Yeah, Springer Spaniel, guys. If you guys, like I said, I got him when I was like 20. I literally got him with like betting money, which is pretty sick to like look back on. But yeah, he's a great dog. I'd say for like if anyone's like looking to get a dog for the first dog, Springer Spaniels they're just insanely loyal, right? Like they can be a little piece of shit sometimes. Like potty training him was hell, to be honest, because it was cold as hell out, and he would just sit out there for 5 minutes and come in and like sniff the carpet and piss. But yeah, Springer Spaniels, insanely loyal dogs. They're a great first dog for sure. Okay, I think that's about it. We don't have any more questions, but we got 423 people. Wow, you guys are awesome. It's Saturday morning. I honestly wasn't expecting much at all. You guys are awesome for joining and for asking questions. Appreciate every one of you guys. Rain, shout out Rain. Put me on with a play. First time that's happened in stream, but yeah, literally put me on to a play. So yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. And tomorrow it's Sunday. But that does not mean anything, because I'll be right back here with you guys if you guys want to tune in. So yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow at around 8:45 once again. So appreciate all you guys for tuning in. You guys have a great start of your weekend.